A few things led up to me ultimately birthing this painting today. The first was that I had a difficult morning with my two babies that are left at home while my other five children are at school. One is almost 2 and the other is almost 6 months, and they were a little bit grouchy this morning, and I was sleep deprived and low on patience, and my mother called. And I shared with her how I was feeling, and she shared with me a quote from a book that she's reading. The book is called Anytime, Anywhere by John Groberg, and this was a story told by John Groberg's wife, Jean. It says this: "It was one of those mornings when nothing went right. We had overslept, the older girls had missed their ride to early morning seminary, shoes were lost, books were missing. There were long lists of complaints, short tempers, and spilt milk. Dad was away on a trip, and I had long since lost my cool. When the tumult tapered off, as the 7th school child was hustled out the door with the hassled reminder, 'Hurry, you're late,' I crunched across the cereal-covered floor to get the broom and start the reconstruction process on our local disaster area. Our bright-eyed 3-year-old Jenny Marie sensed my frustration and wanted to help. She brought in her favorite storybook and with deep compassion said, 'I'll read you a story, Mommy.' The book was called A Present for the Princess. It starts out, 'Once upon a time there was a little princess. She was beautiful and blue-eyed and bonny, and everybody loved her.' The next page shows a king and queen proudly looking on while a teenage princess is walking with care as she balances a book on her head. The caption says, 'Her father was a king, her mother was a queen, and she had a big sister who was practicing to be a queen.' That is how the book tells it. But on that morning, Jenny Marie's version went like this: 'Once upon a time there was a beautiful little princess.' Then when she came to the page showing the king and queen and the big sister, Jenny said, 'The king was practicing to be a father, and the queen was practicing to be a mother.' So, of course, when my mom read this to me, I started crying, and I felt better, and it gave me the eternal perspective or big picture that I needed to get me through the morning with more patience and love. And I realized that we are learning to become like our Heavenly Mother. And then I got on Instagram and I saw a photo posted by my friend Laura Wilson. It was a picture of herself. She's 31 weeks pregnant. And I thought it was striking and beautiful, and I asked her permission to paint it. I thought it would be something that I got to someday, if I ever got to it. But the more I thought, the more I realized I was being inspired by it today, so why not paint it today? And as soon as I put my girls down for their nap, I started painting, and I was able to get this done. As I was painting, I got to meditate. I love that I get to meditate while I paint. And so I was thinking about our Heavenly Mother and about how we feel like she's elusive sometimes to us and we don't know much about her. And we wonder if we can know her better or how we can know her better. And I thought about a baby inside its mother's womb and how it's nurtured and fed, and it grows and changes and gets ready to be born for its new life. And then after the baby is born, perhaps the baby is so attached to its mother that it doesn't realize that they're two separate beings yet, and the mother tends to the baby's needs and takes care of it and makes sure that this child has everything they need to learn and to grow. And it's a very gradual process, them coming to know their mother as a person outside themselves. But at first, they just know that they're safe and taken care of. And I wonder if that's what it's like with our Heavenly Mother. That she is so intimately involved in everything we do and all the experiences we have, and taking care of us and nurturing us and making sure we have what we need for our learning and growth, that we don't realize where she is. And maybe as we learn and grow more, we'll get to know her better.